When we think about communication, the first thing that usually comes to mind is language. But what exactly is language? Is it just words, or is it something bigger? In this talk, we'll explore what language really is, how it works as a system of symbols, how it compares to other kinds of signals, and why it plays such a powerful role in interpersonal communication. Language is best understood as a system of symbols, whether words, sounds, or signs, that we use to represent ideas, objects, and feelings. These symbols don't carry meaning on their own. For example, the word tree doesn't look or sound like a tree. It only works because people in a community agree on what it represents. So language is really a shared code. It allows us to turn thoughts into symbols and then turn those symbols back into meaning again. To see what makes language unique, it helps to compare it with other signs. Semiotics, the study of signs, tells us there are three main kinds: icons, indexes, and symbols. Icons are signs that resemble what they represent, like a restroom sign with a stick figure or a map that shows geography. Indexes are signs that have a direct, natural connection to what they represent. Smoke signals fire, footprints signal someone walked there, and tears signal sadness. Symbols, on the other hand, are arbitrary. They only have meaning because we agree on it. The word dog has nothing inherently dog-like about it. In Spanish, it's perro. In Chinese, it's gu. These words are different, but they work within each community because people agree on them. Language belongs to this last category, the symbolic. Unlike icons and indexes, it has no natural link to its meaning. And that's what makes it so powerful. Language gives us flexibility. We can use it to describe not only what we can see, but also abstract concepts like freedom, justice, or love. At the same time, this symbolic nature means language depends heavily on shared cultural knowledge. So how do we formally define language? Scholars describe it as a structured system of symbols, whether spoken, written, or signed, that people use to communicate meaning. It isn't just about vocabulary, it's also about rules, shared understanding, and human creativity. In fact, three features make human language unique. The first is arbitrariness. The link between a word and what it represents is random. Cat in English, gato in Spanish, and mao in Chinese all point to the same animal, but in completely different ways. The second is productivity. Language is endlessly creative. With a limited vocabulary, we can generate an unlimited number of new sentences. You've probably never heard the sentence, "The purple elephant is dancing on the roof," but you understood it instantly. The third feature is displacement. Language lets us talk about things beyond the here and now. We can recall the past, imagine the future, or invent fictional worlds. That ability to go beyond the present moment is one of the greatest powers of language. Now, animals also communicate, but they don't have language in this human sense. Bees do a waggle dance to show the direction of food. Monkeys make alarm calls to warn of predators. These are effective, but they're limited. They don't allow for creative combinations. A dog can bark when it sees food, but it can't tell you, "Yesterday I saw food near the park, and tomorrow we should go get it." Birds can sing beautiful songs, but they can't combine those notes into brand new meanings. So yes, animals communicate, but human language is flexible, symbolic, and unlimited in scope. Why does this matter for interpersonal communication? Because language is not just a tool, it's the foundation of how we connect with one another. Through language, we create and share identity. By saying our names, telling our stories, or even revealing our accents, we show who we are and where we come from. Through language, we build and maintain relationships. Think about the late-night talks you've had with a best friend, or the inside jokes you share with a sibling. Those connections live in words. Language also helps us manage conflict. A simple, "I'm sorry," or "I understand you," can completely shift the direction of a disagreement. It lets us influence and persuade, from small daily requests like, "Could you pass the salt?" to great speeches that change history like, "I have a dream." And it helps us coordinate action, to play sports, work in teams, or even plan a family dinner. Without language, interpersonal communication would still exist through gestures and tone, but it would be far more limited. Language vastly expands what we can express together. And yet, language is not without limits. It cannot fully capture the richness of human experience. When we use limited words to describe infinite reality, we reify it. We turn something fluid and complex into a fixed, simplified label. Take emotions. Human feelings are nuanced, but we often reduce them to happy, sad, or angry. This erases distinctions, like the difference between disappointed but still coping and utter despair. Both get squeezed into sad. Identity works the same way. When we label someone as an immigrant, a woman, or a disabled person, language exaggerates one aspect of identity as if it defines the whole person. But identities are layered and fluid. A similar issue appears with political identity. When people are simply labeled Democrat supporter or Republican supporter, language polarizes them into two camps as if they are enemies. In reality, regardless of politics, we share many common roles and concerns. We are parents, children, colleagues, and neighbors, all caring about education, health, and safety. Simplified language hides those shared identities and hardens division. Economics offers another example. People are often described as labor. This word reduces the fullness of individual human lives into a resource that can be measured, bought, or sold. Here again, language transforms living human beings into abstract things. So we can see that language is both a tool for expression and a framework that shapes and constrains us. It can build connection, but it can also divide. It can help us understand, but it can also oversimplify. Precisely because language has both power and limitation, we need to stay aware of its double role. That means recognizing its boundaries, but also pushing beyond them, finding more open and inclusive ways to use language so we can better understand one another